let's talk about our verdict on the 24-25 season, who we believe are some of our standout performers, starting with the best player overall. Do we really need to discuss this? Is there anybody we can think of uh, for this award other than Bruno Fernandes?
Um, I might have a take about the most consistent player being now Mazurai, but I believe during the season, a couple of games he also messed up.
Yeah, yeah,
But other than that, I think Mazurai has been the signing which has given us 7 to 8 out in every match. Of course, you cannot expect Mazurai to be game winner like Bruno,
yeah.
but he did enough. He was technically astute. He covered a lot of positions, which was quite important for us. He covered us in right wing back. He covered us at center back. He played a game as number 10 as well, if you remember it,
Yeah,
during the
yeah.
season. And
Bruni,
because,
if yeah,
yeah, he's become a quite important player in a very short time. And there has been noises in around Old Trafford that this is the kind of signings that we should be looking for. I do believe he is signing the profile of signing that we should
correct.
aim for in the future as well, because it has worked perfectly well. He has hit the ground running and he has performed throughout the season, if not spectacular, consistent, which can't be said for all other players.
No, no, fair shout. And in that same breath, if I had to think about another player who had a lot of impact on the games was Ahmad. He
Mm.
unfortunately got injured, and thankfully Bruno stepped up at that point in time. He, single-handedly got us a few crucial wins in Europe, had a couple of good games in the Premier League as well. And which is where his stats sort of stood out. 37, 38 goal involvements in a team like this obviously merits you to become the best player of the team. But probably had Ahmad stayed fit, because I think Ahmad ended up with 19, 20 goal contributions as well. And he was hitting his peak after that Southampton hat trick, a couple of goals in Europa League. So I think Ahmad is again a crucial player for this team, but I would still give the best player a shout to Bruno Fernandes in this team.
Who was the player who you think the most underperformed this season?
I mean, Rashford went out half season, but he did deliver a few goals, etc. But to be very honest, one name clearly stands out is Rasmus Højlund. He gave us a 16 goal season. You expected him to get better, although he ended up with what, 10 goals maybe, but the performances were at times really difficult to watch.
Yeah, I think Hoyland was the difference between us finishing, say, around eighth, ninth, us winning, probably winning the Europa League and not winning it.
Yeah.
Maybe if we had a able striker, we would have done both these things.
Yeah, just as a call out there, somebody had, I think, posted this on Twitter, that if we count for the winning goals that Scott McTominay had, or if we discount the winning goals Scott McTominay had in the previous season, we would have been 13th, 14th in the league last year. So maybe it was Scott McTominay who was the difference. He would have got us some of those last minute goals and been that player that he has been for Napoli. So yeah, I think we do miss Scotto a lot, and he had that.
Since then,
Yeah, yeah, and congratulations to him on winning the MVP in the Italian league as well. All right, moving on to the next one, best young player, 21 years or under. Any shout outs that come to your mind?
this is an interesting one. Yeah,
I have the data open, so if you want the age profile, we can talk about it. Ahmad is 22, so technically he doesn't qualify. But anyways, this is a freewheeling discussion. We can talk about a few of the players.
I'd say Aiden Heaven, came in, at a weird time at United, came in with zero expectations at all, came in at a time when we had no backups for our defensive lineup,
Yeah,
and has fitted in like a glove.
yeah,
Gives me a good hope for the future as well.
yeah.
Uh,
I think players like Heaven are complete, poster child of what our young signings need to be like.
Yeah.
Find somebody who will fit into your system is probably, he was what, 1.5 million pounds is what he came for. So definitely a great shout. If I had to think about it, and if I completely think about performances, numbers, you can't think beyond Garnacho, in my opinion. But I don't want to consider him for this category just because of his antics. I don't think he has a future at the club anymore. So for that reason, I will give this shout out to Lenny Euro. For me, he has come back well from injury. He has gotten integrated into the team well, and towards the end of that season, especially when he was getting those couple of games after we had injuries on the left center back position, his ball carrying abilities, and we need those kind of center backs. His athleticism to sort of sprint back when there is no man at the back, his ability to tackle. Uh, right in the beginning, if you remember, he was almost playing that one game. I think it was where one of the yeah, I think Southampton, where there was a winger of their team completely bamboozled Lenny Euro, and it seemed like, oh, have we made a mistake? But since then, I've seen a couple of good tackles in him, a little Van Bissaka-esque. So, yeah, I would say I would give him the shout out for best young player for United this season.
Good shout for Lenny Euro. I think there's a player in there. He's shown
Yeah.
enough signs for us to be excited.
Correct, correct. Moving on to the next one, most improved player. Don't know how many are players. Yeah, because I don't think many players have improved. But what are your thoughts there?
If we count till half the season, I would have given a shout to Onana because I was really seeing the signs from Onana, but
Yeah.
he really did mess up the rest half of the season.
Yeah.
Uh, Dalo also missed a crucial part of the season.
And Dalo, I would argue, was better last season. I think he had a relatively better last season. He was, consistently average this season, is what I thought. Uh, a name that probably comes to my mind for this particular category is, it's very difficult to put them in the most improved category, but after the season that they had last year, Casemiro or Harry Maguire. I think those are the two names because Casemiro was totally written off last season. And even this season, he didn't start that well. He wasn't part of Amorim's system right at the beginning, but he made that number 6 spot pretty much his own in some of the crucial games, and his performance, especially in the Europa League, stood out. And other was obviously Harry Maguire. I think his goals, some of his defensive actions, and some of his wing play for that matter, I think that stood out. So I think, yeah, either Casemiro or Harry Maguire for me.
Yeah, I mean, Harry Maguire is the most disrespected player in the squad, but has it ever shunned responsibility? Has he? He has always been there. Uh, most of the time he is available. I think since the time we signed him, has been a good servant to the club. He signed another extension, which is proof that the manager has trust in him as well.
Yeah.
I do hope that he has a solid season next year as well.
Yeah, yeah. And moving towards the last category, and I think you have given us your shout for this, but the best signing. Anybody comes to your mind beyond Mazarawi? You considered him the
I
best
think
player.
Mazurai, it's between Mazurai and Euro for me.
Yeah,
Yes, there is a player in Zirkzee somewhere. Yes, Dillit has given good reasons to be optimistic about next season.
yeah,
But I don't think both their performances were quite there.
yeah.
I'd still go for Nows for the consistency he has shown over the season.
I agree. I agree. And the amount of games he has played, I think somebody had put out the stat that the number of games he has played this season is a little over the combined games he played for Bayern in the last 2 seasons. So I think
Correct.
he has shown that consistency. He has been available and he has had a good impact for this team. And what Eric Ten Hag was trying to do in the beginning of the season, he was a great fit for that. He has had to accommodate his style of play to fit into the Amorim system. And I think he can give us a good season at that progressive ball carrying right sided center back as well. So that should be a good one. Now, from the past going towards the future next season, revival in 25-26, what to expect? Let's start with the overall squad build. Broadly, what are your thoughts? We've spoken enough about the fact that new player needs to come in. There has to be clearance of the deadwood that we have, and we keep repeating these points every year. But how are you looking at this rebuild in terms of no Champions League, size of squad, etc.?
Yeah, I think if anything, it makes the life easier for the manager. One, he doesn't need a big pool of players now. He
Yeah.
can approve a lot of outgoings without having backups, enough backups. I think one backup for each position is good enough, and we don't need a lot of backups like we used to.
Yeah.
Because of just the fact that we have a very less matches, very less competitions that we'll be playing in. Academy is one place where I dip into. I think we have got a lot of up and coming talent in there, and if the fact remains that Garnacho, Rashford, Antony,
Yeah.
probably Menu leaves, I
Yeah.
think we have to dip into the academy and get a couple of talents in there. Not pressurize them as having the main responsibility and main onus of responsibility on them right
Yeah.
from the beginning. Integrate them and integrate them well with the
Yeah.
senior team.
Agree. And Amarim, I think, from what we know from his sporting days, has a fair history of accommodating academy players, young players. I think Nuno Mendes was one example who became a part of the sporting first team, did really well, obviously. Went on to join PSG and lifted the Champions League yesterday. So great for him. So Amarim has to, I think, do that well. He has to dip into the academy. And what youngsters need are some steady heads around them. So the likes of Casemiro, if he stays on, Bruno, and Maguire, these are the players who have to sort of comfort this integration for the youngsters that they're as they're coming in. It doesn't help when the team is not performing well, and I think the general morale of the team is down. So I think we need to start well, get a few wins onto the board, and then keep integrating this. But a large play of this will also be what Ineos do. My worry with Ineos has been that they have been thinking very narrow, very short term, talking about, saving 1 million by cutting the lunch budget, saving a couple of million by, not providing tickets to staff, constantly thinking about how do you make it more efficient as an organization. I get all of that. I get, when a new ownership comes in, they will want to become more efficient, etc. But I think the thinking has to become more big picture. It has to be less about, all these smaller wins. We were talking about numbers last weekend. Had United finished 8th, we would have probably recouped 15, 18, 20 million. And Ineos wouldn't have to do all of this. And then the other one is a little controversial, but even if we are not doing that well, in my opinion, they should back Amorim. What do they think? What do you think?
I mean, it is a double-edged sword. How it is like doubling down on the manager. We did the same with Eric Ten Hag as well.
Yeah.
The problem was that midway of the season, they decided this is not the direction we have to go. Take a side,
Yeah.
maybe provide clarity to the manager. If the manager gets all the tools and still doesn't perform by Christmas time,
Yeah.
sayonara. But other than that, please give him all the tools he needs to succeed. A lot of managers, even before Amorim, have told that the problem at United was not about getting the right players in, it was about getting the wrong players out.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we talk about clearing the deadwood, please do get all the players which Amorim doesn't see fitting into systems out of the club. That is how we continue to fix the club. That is how we go up in the league table.
Absolutely. And I think I agree with the point. Take a decision, stick to it, and don't go dilly-dallying on some of the decisions like they did with Eric Ten Hag. And that I think leads us towards the end of this one. I think a lot of good discussion in terms of how the previous season was. We will continue some of this and talk about what the transfer window has in store for us and what the next season has in store for us. Thanks everyone for joining in. If you have any thoughts, do let us know. And as always, this is our perch. Let's knock him off. Until next time, stay united.